The position of the lawmakers appears to not be in sync with that of some economists who have insisted that Nigeria needs to borrow now to get out of the present economic hardship. One of them is the MD CEO of Financial Derivatives Company Limited, Mr. Bismarck Rewane, who believes that there is no alternative to external borrowing. But he suggests the government must examine the conditions in order not to fall into a debt trap.
Yeah, you need to borrow because you have a liability, which is the borrowing. You have an asset. The asset must generate revenue. And that revenue generation must be in excess of the debt service, right? And don't forget, if you borrow today, you are borrowing today's dollars. You'll be paying back in 10 years or 5 years from now. You'll be paying back with cheaper dollars. So you have the benefit of the present value of the asset, while you'll be paying with future earnings, which has a lower value because inflation must have eroded it. The executive argument, as you can see here, is that Nigeria is in a recession, so you need to borrow. That is the standard operating model for getting out of a recession. Stimulus package, imperative for recovery. Without a stimulus package, you can never recover. Timing is everything. As you know, today, the Federal Reserve kept interest rates flat, but also indicated that by December, interest rates are going to go higher, and dollar interest rates are going to go higher. So the time to borrow is now. The amount to borrow should be tied to specific projects, and the international markets are flush with funds. By next year, inflation rates in the US would have gone up and interest rates are going to go higher, and therefore the cost of borrowing and the availability of funds will be much more difficult to source. Now, what next? Executive will provide further information. Borrowing must be project specific and not general borrowing. The internal rate of return on this borrowing must be such that it can amortize and pay its way, both necessarily in dollars or in naira.